labor time capture. So if you're a construction company that self-performs, many times you will have cases where you set up crews and crews go out and do work, and the crew goes out and does work, and in many cases they all do the same thing all day long. So within Timberline and even within a lot of the other timekeeping solutions that interface with Timberline, there is not a true crew time capture application. We are actually building a crew time capture application right now that allows you to designate your crews, design what your crew makeup is, then allow the crew superintendents, the crew foremen, to actually capture the time against the jobs and or cost code breakdowns for the crew. And with a single entry, you can actually be posting time for all people on the crew. So it cuts down on the data entry for the crew. But in addition to that, let's say that you had 10 guys, they all poured concrete all morning. So I need 4 hours of concrete pouring for 8 people or 10 people. Traditional timekeeping would say you've got to make 10 entries for each person. What our system did is it says you make 1 entry for the crew, and behind the scenes it builds 10 entries. But it also has the flexibility to go in there and alter 1 or 2 of them, because maybe 2 of the guys showed up late or had to leave early, so their hours weren't the total crew hours. So it's got a lot of flexibility in that. Then it goes from there through a review process, a multi-step review process, and then eventually pushes the time into Timberline payroll. That application is being built for a very specific company, but it is also being built with, and again, my background in building canned software, we are building it in a way where it can be basically adapted to most construction companies that use crews by setting switches and variables that we built into the architecture of the product. So again, a single piece of software can then be deployed to multiple companies. Where that's important to you, that philosophy of building software that can be reused is cost. Because if I've got to build some software for one company and only one company is going to use it, they're going to absorb the cost of building that piece of software. But if I can build a piece of software and it applies to 20 companies, all of a sudden the cost for those 20 companies can go down drastically. So they get the value of that software at a much cheaper price. And it's the MIS group's exposure to 2,500 construction accounting customers that really allows us to identify needs within the marketplace that we can build software for, again, and add into the Timberline application.